Hey guys, it's Extreme Strategy here, and today we're going to be checking out another mod for Total War Warhammer 3. This mod is the Glacier Maw Ogres, which adds 9 brand new frostbitten ogre units into the ogre roster for you to use inside of your game. First up is the Glacier Maw Bulls dual weapons. Their attributes are Iron Fist, Anti-Infantry, Frenzy, and Rampage, and inside combat they'll be able to tear right through infantry lines, doing a decent amount of damage, bringing down lots of enemy units with every swipe of their massive weapons, and even against a single entity target, they'll still be able to tear them to shreds pretty easily. Next up are the Glacier Maw Bulls great weapons. Their attributes are armor-piercing melee, anti-large, ogre charge, and frostbite. And inside combat, they'll be able to do massive damage on the initial charge, swinging their massive hammers into the enemy's lines and racking up quite a few kills very quickly, bringing down tons of peasant mobs with every sweep of their massive hammers. Next up are the Frostblood Iron Guts. Their attributes are anti-infantry, physical resistance, perfect vigor, and regeneration. And inside combat, these units are going to be nearly impossible to bring down, as they have perfect vigor, meaning they'll never get tired. They have regeneration, meaning they're constantly regaining their hit points. Stacked on top of the anti-infantry and already very high physical resistance, it is going to take a massive amount of force to bring down a group of Frostblood Iron Guts. And it'll take very little effort from the Frostblood Iron Guts to bring down enemy units, as they just tear right through enemy lines, eradicating massive amounts of units very, very quickly. Next up are the Frostblood Gorgers. Their attributes are anti-infantry, perfect vigor, regeneration, and unbreakable. And inside combat, they are going to do massive damage just on the initial charge. And then inside of the actual melee fray, they're going to just rack up an absolute ton of kills, and nothing is going to be able to slow them down or stop them. They cannot be routed, they will not grow tired, and they're constantly regaining their hit points, making these a very, very powerful unit, and borderline impossible for anyone to bring down. Next up is the feral Snowhorn. Their attributes are anti-infantry, perfect vigor, chilling aura, and rampage. And inside combat, they're going to shoot ice balls right into their enemies' lines and go charging right on in, doing massive amounts of damage with just the initial charge, and then he's going to start swinging his massive horns back and forth, inflicting massive amounts of damage into the enemy lines, as the Stonehorns just go charging around the battlefield, swinging their massive horns, jumping into enemy lines, and just doing an absolute ton of damage to any and all units that they come across. Next up are the Frostblood Crushers. Their attributes are anti-infantry, physical resistance, perfect vigor, and regeneration, and inside combat they're going to send their enemies flying on the initial charge, and then their massive rhinoxes are going to begin jumping all over the place, using their massive horns to rack up tons of kills, and the Frostblood Crushers are just going to go right through every enemy that they come across, tearing them to shreds with extreme ease. Next up are the Glacier Maw Scouts. They're a hybrid unit, armor-piercing, vanguard deployment, and stalk. And then once the enemy units are in range, they're going to hurl their massive javelins, going to do a nice amount of damage to the enemy units. Not enough to rout or stop them on an initial volley, but they will still take out a decent chunk of their health. And when firing on a single entity target, they're going to be able to do a massive amount of damage, easily removing a lot of his health. And inside melee combat, the Glacier Maw Scouts are going to be able to do a decent amount of damage to enemy units. Next up are the Frostblood Leadbelchers. Their attributes are armored, armor-piercing, anti-large, and decent melee combatant. And then inside combat, these units are arguably the most useless units in this mod. They're basically Leadbelcher artillery units. They have massive amounts of range. The only problem is they're horribly inaccurate, resulting in them wasting a lot of their ammunition, not even hitting the enemy unit. And then on the off chance that they do hit, they're not going to be doing a whole lot of damage. But that really doesn't help, considering inside of melee combat, peasant mobs will be able to absolutely tear right through a Frostblood Leadbelcher. And then the last unit, the Frostblood Hunters. Their attributes are hybrid unit, armor-piercing, anti-large, and vanguard deployment. And inside combat, these units are going to use their ability Hunter's Snare to trap a lot of the enemy units in place, while then hurling spear after spear after spear into the enemy lord, taking out a massive chunk of his health, meaning that by the time the enemy finally hits their front lines, the enemy lord will be so low on health, it'll only take another volley to shatter him, resulting in all of his troops shattering as well. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Also, go check out the Discord server and subscribe to this mod. Links both those in the description below. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.